everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday! I'm so sorry I'm late. My excuse sucks. I'm barely even going to give it to you. Tracy, thank you for the 32-month resub. Hello, Hazel. Good evening and afternoon. Evening and afternoon. It is 9:13 a.m. for me here. I'm going to say clock malfunction, which is true. The clock in my main room is wildly malfunctioning, but it doesn't really matter. It's my fault because it broke like a week ago. I just hadn't fixed it until now, and I know I can't rely on it, but also it's hard to check the time. I had us worried for a moment. I'm so sorry. I am here. I am awake. I am clothed, which is always good. Sometimes I have nightmares that I start stream and then I didn't put on any clothes, and then it's like embarrassing, but also like you're banned because you're nude. So we're covered up. That's good. I am today. I want to poke around at a few different things. Some of it's going to be remix, but I also wanted to kind of, take a look at a couple of other things that I was thinking about in retail. Just because there's only so many things for me left to do on remix that I'm really like invested in doing. We can still level the mage and do the class order hall, and I might still finish that. But if we're being real honest, I don't think my heart's in it. I don't think I really care about filling in missing class mounts or the Trial of Valor Deathless sets. I got one. That's probably good enough. Hi, Kitty. You want to come up? I've started buying the Felscorn class mounts for other classes just for bronze, because I ran out of other stuff to buy with bronze in this phase. And there will be more stuff to buy with bronze in future phases, but I bet we'll also get more bronze in future phases. So I think for remix, I'm going to mainly just do Crawdad. I'm going to mainly just play the one guy, buy what I need to buy with bronze. I do want to make sure that I finish 100 world quests in Heroic World tier for the Void version of the Sargerai Commander set. So there's that. But aside from that, get bronze, buy stuff. Over in retail, right now I'm just kind of checking on rares right now on one of my alts to see if I can maybe get any more crackling shards. We're still at 6 out of 10. I haven't gotten any since the last time that we were working on this before Remix came out. Tuning in once it worked again. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Sarah. Did you have this nightmare last night? No, they happen every now and then. It's either like a streaming nude thing, or it's like a streaming while falling asleep and forgetting that the stream is on, and then allowing sensitive information like names and addresses and stuff like doxing to like be broadcast by other people that are inexplicably in the background. That one happens every now and then. Oh, you're rare. Seems like Remix kind of chill until next week. Yeah, not a lot left. I don't feel a need to really giga charge my Remix time runner. Like his gear is pretty close to done. It's not perfect, but it's up there. He is roughly 740. And the limits unbound thing I feel like is just going to be what it is. I'm not really going to push that. I'm not trying to push keys. I don't even think I'm going to do the title for 40. I could, but I don't really care. It doesn't sound like very much fun to me. I feel like I'm happy to get like 90% of the stuff available in Remix. So that's what we're doing. Got 6 last. I know you were at 2. Did you get 4 all at once? Not like at once, but in fairly rapid succession. I had a really good day farming rares, and I think I got one from like a delve on stream. The Flame Sargerai set. So I got the one from finishing the campaign, and I got another color of it from something else, although I forget what. There's another color that's not available yet because of it requires doing all mythic raids, so they all need to come out. And then the 4th color is the one I'm talking about, where I need to do 100 world quests in Heroic World tier. So I'm working on that too. Remix awesome. Sometimes there's too much of a good thing. Don't love Mythic Plus in general. Find the mid-30 Remix keys are easy. On this Hunter for Alanir shards? Yeah. I'm just kind of having a quick look at the rares. A lot of them seem to be up right now on this particular shard, so I'm just chipping some of them down to see if they want to be nice to me. Another retail thing I want to do for mounts today is I want to go noodle around in Koresh for a bit and see if I can catch a Devourer invasion up. They happen fairly often. It feels like most of the time that I go to Koresh, if I hang out doing world quests or something for a little bit, they'll start attacking some oasis or another. And I am 19 out of 20 energy pods, or whatever they were called. They're for the translocated Gorger mount, so I'm really close on that one. It might be the last Koresh-specific mount that I'm missing that's not from the raid or anything. Because I got Zatharb's mount. I got the other rare one from, like, the Crowlusk thing. Oh, no, I need Blueberry as well. So I could try to pick up that quest line as well. But, you know, we got different things. We can mix it up, do a little this, little of that. Gherkin Slice, thank you for the 59-month resub. Appreciate it. Sounds like you did from a 30 key. That I did. Yes, that was the one that was the other one that I got. Hunting for time lost pro to myself. Nice. Trying for crackling shards off stream a little bit. Yeah, I feel like we've had enough of them drop on stream. It's not going to be. The last one, I think, when I get to 9, I think then I would probably not want to continue farming off stream. But while we're trying to get up to 9, I think if I can log on and I can kill a few rares, I have not had any drop off stream. I don't think, at least not recently. I haven't been lucky, but I have been doing rounds of rares just in case it happens. Happy spending more time in retail again. Remix is fun, but I don't feel like I need to be there every day anymore. Yeah, for me, I get that. The compulsion's a strong word. The motivation to play Remix for me really was largely tied up, I think, in the item level grind on my first character. So once Crawdad kind of hit that ceiling, I think that's when I lost not all steam, but a lot of it. And I thought that maybe leveling an alt would get me, would do the same thing, and I would be able to do it all over again on that mage, but not so much feeling it. All right, well that was basically almost all the rares. I've got a weekly or two to turn in down here, and that'll be good. Playing Remix daily because I'm absolutely not interested in anything in retail. That is fair. 59 months. Next month it'll be 5 years. That's kind of crazy. It goes real quick. It's like, I'm not surprised that I'm still here and doing this, but I guess I'm surprised that you guys are still here and watching. I always figured that I would just keep streaming forever, but then like eventually like people would like move on with their lives and like and then it would just be like me and, you know, 4 loyal people, and I would basically not notice, assuming that I was able to pay my mortgage some other way. What are we doing? We're gonna open that one at 1,600 gold. I did some weeklies yesterday off stream, like Undermine and my Pinnacle Cache for Koresh, and it was funny. I got like halfway through Undermine being like, man, I swear I did these already before I realized it was Tuesday and there had been a weekly reset. So I need, once the next batch of World Quest comes up on Saturday for me, it comes in late Friday, but Saturday morning, if I do more Undermine World Quests, I can get another Paragon Cache. I think that I might start buying pets with my Miscellaneous Mechanica. Now that I got my first mount, I think I might do pets in between and then hold off on getting the subsequent mounts. There's 2 more mounts, but like 25 is a lot of Mechanica, and the other 2 mounts are kind of less exciting than the first one to me, so I might work on pets for a bit. Mage is also my last Deathless class to level right now. Planet Clothy doesn't feel as good as a Hunter, Pally, and DH Felton Remix. We're still playing WoW. We don't know what move on means. Yeah. Oh, man. You know, if not broken, why fix, you know? Here we go. We can vendor some of those things. I can put some gold in the thing. What do I want to do next is the question. Maybe Headless Horseman. We only have another day or 2 left on that. 3. I need actually 1 more transmog for Tricky Treats. I don't have to do it today, but I should do it soon, because I was waiting, because you get like, you know, some treats every day from Headless Horseman, so I was kind of hoping I could stock up on those and reduce the amount of further not bonfires, but candy buckets I need to do. But I should do it before the end of the event, otherwise I'm going to forget, and then I'll have to do it next time. BM Hunter, Ellie Shaman, which would you choose? BM Hunter between those 2, but that's just because that's one of my default classes. I love BM Hunter. It's so easy. It's fun. You get to pick out your pets. You get to do your damage while moving at ranged with really no need to stop and stand still for anything. It's good stuff. Horseman, good reminder. I have not missed a day of doing the Headless Horseman for mount chances, and I do not have the new mount yet. It might not happen for me this year. Might be a next year thing. Coffee good. I don't have it either yet. I've heard some people getting them, but they don't seem as widespread as they don't seem as widespread as Brewfest Bomber was. Brewfest Bomber I feel like happened for not everybody, but you know, approaching most people that were trying for it. Has this character got her? Yeah, she does. Okay. I can let's do another round of the rares while we're here and while they're up. See if we can find them all again on Inksy. What I liked is that I could stay in Heroic World Tier till 80, but the damage just felt low compared to Warrior and DH. I was thinking about all of my characters and all of my add-ons and everything getting cleaned up in Midnight. I was wondering if I need to clean anything up. Do I need to delete any characters? Do I need to, like, I don't know, clean out their bags or their banks or their bars or something? What do I need to do to feel like my room is clean, so to speak? My WoW life is manageable. I feel like maybe an add-on purge. Although I don't really want to mess with it until Midnight pre-patch, so maybe we'll table that for now. Redacted Cartel glider mount in the journal was just discovered by the Secret Finding Discord. Oh, I did not know that. Cartel glider. Zai Trustees glider. Oh. Interesting. What am I doing? I'm checking for play card. That's a project we can do now. Is there a Wowhead guide, or did they like just figure this out? Let me pull up Wowhead. Plague Heart. What are the odds that they just want you to kill Isle of Dorn rares like 200 times? Nothing on the Wowhead feed. Just got the ping from the Discord. Okay. I might wait until it's been synthesized into an easy to digest article. Details only on there for now, yeah. For sure. Or at least until we finished our coffee. It sounds fun though. Those are usually good. I wonder if there's going to be a gold rush, if it's something that has any kind of like consumable material or old crafting mat needed. Sometimes they do. Every now and then with a secret finding thing, there's like a gold rush for a specific obscure item that, you know, within like a couple of days everybody's going to want in order to get their thing done. Flabby's tabbing auction houses as we speak. I don't know anything about what's needed. Maybe there's no mats needed at all. Oh, eyelash in the eye. I'm wounded. Oh, I think we blinked it out. It's the problem with wearing mascara. If you don't have any makeup on, you can just dig in there and like start excavating. If you have eyelashes on, mascara on, you're just gonna make it worse. Let's see here. Hi, kitty. And then eventually I want to work on delves. That's kind of my final boss of this patch, is to get my brand leveled, my Delver's Journey finished. Delver's Journey's almost done. Brand levels are kind of sort of coming along. But then to do Kaiveza, and it's gonna take a little bit of doing. I do have the Lucid Nightmare, I'm pretty sure. I think I did it on stream way back in the day. That's the purple horse, right? Haven't done Wasted Time or Hive Mind. Sounds like I'm going to lose my mind for something I won't really use. Yeah, I did Hive Mind because I was lucky to have friends that were organizing it that just needed another body, so they fully carried me. I didn't have to think at all. They just told me exactly what to do. But for Waste of Time, I had that same thought. I didn't do Waste of Time either. It's like the monster at the end of this book, you know? You know the kid's book with Grover, and he's like, don't turn the page, there's a monster at the end. It's a very cute book. Great gift for anybody who's having kids. But when I was a kid, I would like read it by myself, and I would know what happened because I've read this book before, and I'd be like, I'm gonna outsmart you. You're telling me that there's a monster at the end of this book, so I'm gonna stop turning pages because that's what he's telling you to do. He's like, don't turn the page, and then I was like, okay, I won't. Checkmate, book. So that the way I had a similar feeling about Waste of Time, where if the name is admittedly in a tongue-in-cheek way telling me this is a waste of time, I'm gonna believe you, and I'm gonna not do it. That is just for a treasure. That's not for a rare. My grandmother tried to read it to me, and I shut the book after like 2 pages, went and hid in my room. It was a good one. Had it as a kid. Happy memory for me. I had a couple of favorites as a kid, and I get them as gifts for people that are having kids now, because they, timeless. Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales is another favorite one. I love that one. They turned it into an interactive app. It was very fun. Oh. Berenstein Bears for me. Look at you spelling it correctly. You're so smart. Okay, was not getting them out. Curious about the waste of time. I think the other thing that turned me off about the waste of time, just personally, was how big it is. It's like one of those enormous belts, which I get. It's like a special thing, you wanted to have some substance to it. But it's just so goofy looking. It looks ridiculous. I'm never going to wear that. Let's see if this guy's over here. Maybe I just need them to come back in fashion, Once Vogue starts getting the 8-inch tall belt buckles back again, then we'll talk. Is it similar to the Delve belt we got? Let me pull up a visual for it so we can. Waste of time. Wowhead. Get a little model viewer going here. No luck on shards lately. It is giant clock looking thing. Alright, it's not that awful, but it is big. It is large. It is thick to begin with, and then they have put the frickin' golden compass in there. So it's not small. It's not dainty. What are you farming those elites for? Chances at crackling shards. This is it's not the best way to get crackling shards, but this is the way that doesn't make me lose my mind. To just kind of get as many Isle Adorn rare kills in as possible. Same model as the disc belt, just different color. Looking on a potato 100+ times. The Delve belt is a recolor. Oh. I would be kind of mad if I did the waste of time and then they recolored it. Oh, let's go see if our giant boy is up here. He drops a cloak that I don't have yet. I'm still missing transmogs from some of these. And then I think we'll queue up for Headless Horseman. Nope, Grips of the Earth. Okay, I'm gonna get back into Dornogal. Switch my spec back to healing just in case it matters. It usually doesn't, but it makes me feel better. Specialization. Holy, that's the stuff. Happy I didn't do the waste of time. It's cool, but if we had a recolor, do I really care? Maybe I'll do it way in the future. Inksy's wearing the Sharamlock. It actually doesn't look the clunkiness of the waist to hip line is actually not as bad on the gnome as it is in a lot of the bigger models. I kind of thought this would look awful on her, but I don't mind it. Let's stick ourselves in here. So guess what I finally got on my weekend. I guess I fixed it for Night Elf and Highborn. It looks goofy on basically everybody. It's like a weird lump. Mushrooms. No, unfortunately. We were gonna go. There was one day that it wasn't gonna rain too hard and we were gonna go out, but then we had this other thing scheduled. Salmon? Fish friends? Firewood. We finally got our firewood delivered. I had ordered it weeks ago because we didn't have any other source of heat at the time. And now, approximately 2 to 3 days after finally getting our HVAC installed, the firewood showed up. So now we have some for, I don't know, emergencies. I don't wildly need it anymore, but at least I have it. And now I know how long roughly it takes in adult hours to carry and stack a cord of firewood. I had like looked up how much firewood was in a cord online, and I had kind of tried to visualize it, but I hadn't really faced firewood in person since I was a little kid, so I couldn't really fathom like how much it was. And it was a good amount. It took us a while. The two of us were out there hauling it for, I actually don't know how long it took us. It must have been at least an hour. Just because you want to fire. Yeah, for the ambiance. It'll be really nice to have if the power goes out. If the power goes out in the middle of winter for any length of time, then we are going to be thanking our lucky stars we have a wood stove, because otherwise we would be freezing. But there's not that much wood storage. I don't know what the people who used to live here used to do. They have like a little wood shed that A, leaks, and B, is not very big. And then there's like a regular shed, which I have deputized in the name of keeping my wood dry. And it still wasn't enough to fit a cord of wood, so I've kind of improvised. I just got the Halloween mount yesterday. Congratulations. Good to have on hand, yeah. Googled it. That is a lot of wood. I'm gonna have to chop some of it. And I did get a splitting maul, and I watched a bunch of videos on chopping wood, but I haven't been brave enough to try it yet. And also I haven't had the need to try it yet because we didn't need a fire, because now I have heat that comes on with a button. Transmog if you run Horseman on the same tune multiple times. I don't. No, you don't. You need to do different characters in a given day if you want the set. The items that drop from him directly, like the rings and stuff, maybe, but even that I think might be daily. No, nothing. Alright, I have 25 tricky treats. If I want to just get the shield, then I need to get another, 75 things. I did most of the, candy buckets for Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor already. Never mind that it's not showing them. Dragon Isle seems to have a lot of them. There seems to be a lot of candy buckets in the Dragon Isles if I wanted to go try and just do it. I don't know. I think I want to go loiter in Koresh and see if I can come across a Devourer invasion. It's a lot of traveling, yeah. Love chopping wood, so fun. I mean, it took us about a day to recover from, and I was trying my best to lift with my knees and not my back, but my body was not used to hauling wood. My forearms were really feeling it from just like picking up the wood. Got the OG horse finally. Congrats, Haley. That's amazing. Even better. There you go. Nice. I'm in Shadow. I am making sure we're not in war mode, because I don't want to be in war mode in Koresh. I've done that before, and then someone killed me, and then I had no one to blame but myself. And a little bit the person that killed me. We're going through here. Plans on cutting your hair short again. I have no plans. I don't plan anything. My hair lives on a day-to-day basis. Headless Horseman mats this year. Arfa still not dropping for me. Oh, Lunadia, thank you for the 62-month resub. Appreciate it. I was reminiscing about when it was super short, because I was cleaning my bathrooms and I was pulling hair out of the drain. And I don't think it was my hair, actually, because I've had drain catchers in the entire time we've lived here. I think it was mysterious hair from the previous owners. At least it's gone now. I'll say that much. But I was cleaning. I was like, yeah, this is easier. And I also like it gets wrapped around the vacuum bar. It was a little easier when I was buzzed. I was going. What do I want to do while I wait? We can do Gold World Quest. That sounds like a good idea. Or if I can get to the bottom of it. This is stuff that we're missing from Koresh. Ew, previous owner here. I know, right? They left the place really quite clean, but there's like a couple of things that are in pretty deep spots that didn't get done, which is understandable. I probably wouldn't remember to do those things either if I was moving. But everything we do, and then makes it a little more. I don't mind mess. It's just less gross to me when it's my mess, There we go. What am I doing? There's the quest line for Blueberry, which I haven't done yet. Oh yeah, my Wriggling Pinnacle cache this week was an absolute tragedy. I need 6 more items, 6 more pets from the Pinnacle Cache. I'm trying to get them to drop and not buy them. And I've had a terrible drop rate of, I've had a terrible streak of getting duplicate pets, but at least you can sell them. I've been able to get some gold for them, which makes me feel a bit better about it. And yesterday I do my Pinnacle Cache for this week, and I open it, and it has a duplicate mount. I got the slate back again, and you can't even sell that. It's just trash. It's for nothing. There's no, it's it's terrible. It's really annoying that can happen. The duplicate pets are one thing, but come on. Alright, let's go see Grifta and see. I feel like I'm on this quest line already, but let's just go talk to Grifta and see if there's anything doing over there. It's been fine living farther away from family. I can make the trip. I did go see them for Thanksgiving, and people have been up to see this place, so I've been seeing people. It's not as easy to see them, but to be honest, I wasn't seeing people all that often before, even when I could walk there. I'm just terrible that way. It's been okay. We don't really know anybody here, but it's all right. It takes a while to get around. What am I doing? I was going. Oh yeah, I was looking for Grifton. That's right. I don't know if he's the one with my quest. Oh wow, it's really confused. It says it's right here. Is that where you are? Hello? I don't think you're here. I think hang on. I'm gonna look this up. Blueberry. We're gonna pull him up on Wowhead. There is a reach renown 9. You get the quest for stealing what's ours to recover the missing imports. And then every 24 hours you get a new quest follow-up. So these guys start from Baeth, not Grifta. And Baeth, hang on, getting a map pin. Baeth is over there, that's right. It's been a minute since I did this. You ever get the mole mount from the Ringing Deeps? I think so. I know there's a few of them. I think I did. I got the star-faced mole from, what's his face? Hello? Yes, you. Okay, so this is what we're working on. So the win-win situation. That is the first quest follow-up. So I would need to do this. And then on 3 following days, do more quests. So we can do this, and it's a good idea to do it. But this is not going to finish the blueberry thing for me. Oh, well. All right. We're getting over. We're selling overstock. This deal is so good, I don't know how we make any money. Rufus from the Lever Rare? That sounds right, yeah. Rufus. I got the old mole Rufus. He's the star-nosed mole. He is cute. Let me see other families. None. What are moles? Oh, they have their own family, okay. Yeah, Rufus, Crimson Mudnose is Rep and Crystals, and then Wick is the Dark Flame Cleft one. Highly collected, actually. That must be a decent drop rate if 22% of people have a dungeon mount in the expansion that it's come out. Good to know, good to know. Okay, this guy doesn't care. So I guess you're it's too hard. Tough audience. Got like my second Dark Flame run, it's gotta be. Didn't realize people were doing raids for that mount earlier on. Gonna be a pain now. There was some... there was like all the different crystals that we had to like activate or levers you had to pull, right? Alt right click should add a waypoint. It does it even without TomTom. It can use in-game waypoints. Rarely see gnome priests. I need to watch my stream a little bit more. Is there a trick to this? Hang on. There must be an order. Hang on. Dialogue option may only appear after exploring dialogue from the NPCs listed below. Morning, good morning. How are you? I hope your Wednesday's going well. Don't tell anyone but these. But he doesn't... Maybe I have to do it in order. The first guy wanted them. I feel like I already talked to Motown and he didn't. Here, we'll just talk to as many people as we can. Jesus is... He wants dessert. Get a box of cookies from Baccarat. Emulsions and fillings. Is he nearby? Oh my gosh, that's not Baccarat. That's Baccarat. Good lord. Okay. Slash target B-A apostrophe K-E-R-E-I. Alright, well, he's not nearby. How far do you want me to go for these cookies? I kept thinking it was Friday. This was a bit of a surprise. Slow week. I feel like the time change is going to really throw us. This guy. If the price was any lower, I'd be paying you to take it. Okay, so that one works. And it's also, they also gave me sales pitch learned 1 of 1, whatever that means. This is a highly confusing quest line. I'm going to get his box of cookies. This guy... I bought a cookie. Oh, hang on. I need to buy a special cookie first. Not just the box of cookies, but an individual cookie. If I did not have a Wowhead guide open, I would be losing my mind right now. What on earth is going on? Hour later next week. Sometime in early November, anyway. I don't think the time ticks over until Tuesday. But yeah, I guess that's true. Next week. Next week's streams. Collector Galsy. Don't tell anyone. Okay. I just gotta talk 2 more of them into it. You want... I have your cookies. Okay. Hello, Flapta. How you doing? This quest line sucks. What was the initial motive to cut it short? I think I still have a command for it. I just wanted it to be comfy. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want my hair, so I removed it. I didn't have any interest in trying to appeal to anybody, and I had a lot of interest in showers that took me 10 seconds. You can see no reason, Xylo. Let's see. Don't tell anyone but these. Elves in a secret underground workshop? Oh, that's what he wants. There we go. Hello. Hi, Wicked Sacrilege. How are you doing? So dark in the morning and the sun is blinding me at the end of work. Can't wait for the rest of Canada to join Saskatchewan and get rid of the time change nonsense. Has Saskatchewan done away with it? I didn't know that. I'm jealous. I hate time changes. They barely... I can't really complain. The only thing that really affects me is, I guess, the only thing... I guess, like, I'm a little sleepier for stream or something when we spring forward in the spring. Or something. I don't know. It just seems silly. It's officially full. Never had daylight savings time. You're not missing much. This way. I don't really care if it's brighter in the morning or if it's brighter later in the day. It's a short day no matter what. Sprinting forward kills people. Yeah. Okay. So that's done. There's nothing else I can do on that quest line for now. So let's do some Gold World quests. I'm mainly waiting around because I have 19 out of 20 devoured energy pods that I can combine to attract a devourer that presumably will drop me the translocated Gorger mount, which I need. Does to me. People get injured when it flips over in the fall. People's commutes are dark. A lot of traffic problems. Wake up late, so I barely have any light if it gets dark earlier. Thought you had to fight the Devourer, but it just makes the mount in your bags. Oh, well, that's nice. I guess it says attract a Devourer. I guess I was just assuming I was going to have to fight it. I do not need to be in face space for this. I can just do this one. I put all my gold in my war bank so that I could watch it grow back. You know, if you're carrying around like 100,000 gold and then you do a quest for 800 gold, it doesn't feel like a big deal. But if you stick it all in your war bank, so you're like, oh man, I'm only running around with like 2k gold, all of a sudden that 800 starts to feel like a pretty big deal. These ones. But eventually, I do appreciate that the Devourer attacks get put into chat, because I would never notice them if they were just hitting the map, but they get put into your chat box if you're in Koresh. My overall Koresh collector percentage, 60%. I thought it was better than this. I guess it's because Mana Forge Omega is included in there. If we didn't have that, I think it would be better to some extent. I thought it was closer to what my Undermine one was, and I was thinking that was kind of remarkable just because I've put a lot of effort into Undermine, and I have not really put much effort into Koresh. It seems like Koresh was an easier patch for collecting. Into trying a buzz cut, but too scared if I don't like it for myself. It does take time to grow back. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere as well, winter is a consideration. You may get colder, especially like indoors. Because outdoors you wear a hat anyway. I guess I don't know where you live. I cut my hair in January was when I buzzed it a couple years ago, and I made some very good friends with some very nice soft hats. Stolen weapons. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I would do it again one day. You will get asked if you have cancer, which is weird. It's a strange thing for people to just go ahead and ask you. Because I feel like if the answer was yes, it would be awkward. It would be like, yes. Why have you brought this up? Different for collecting. Opposites on the scale. Only 70 more Mechanica to go. Yeah, this zone just feels a little thin to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't really connect with phase diving that much. Koresh seemed kind of bare. Didn't even have any flight races, pet battles. Yeah. It felt a little... I mean, maybe they didn't add pet battles to it because they already knew what they were going to do for Midnight, but it feels a little not fleshed out. Like, I know it's a desert, space desert kind of situation, and it's pretty enough, but it just kind of feels a little copy-paste, a little finished in a hurry. School project due at 8 a.m. kind of situation. The answer to that could be depends on how long you hang around. Oh, man. Well, we got our gold anyway. Any Devours? This one is a phase diving one. I feel like I should enter... I guess over here. Well, you know what? I have these Zaibuchas. What else am I going to use them for? Nothing. Living in the War Within just to do Pet Battle World Quest for charms. I'm feeling like I may eventually not need to farm and save as many polished pet charms. I guess we'll see. We'll see what it looks like when it's fully finished. But a big bulk of what I've been using pet charms for has been to level pets. You know, like I'm too lazy to do Super Squirt Day or any of the alternatives. Like I don't really level pets via battles anymore. So if I get a new pet, I want to spend 35 charms per pet to buy a stone to level it up. And if I don't need to level, you know, like hundreds of pets every patch anymore because they can't battle, that's actually going to save me a lot of charms. Make many rare and 25 for now. Like the Buzzcut drive bit. Look nice and new, and I like you. So now I finally want to try it too. Aww. Aw, that's sweet. It also is very easy to color if you ever wanted to dye your hair. It's much easier to dye a buzz cut at home than longer hair because it's just easier to get it evenly distributed. There we go. And then if you don't like the color, then you wait 3 weeks, you shave it again, and then you can dye it something else. We're gonna go. Fine. I'll do the special assignment. I'm right here anyway. I don't like the Koresh special assignments. I find them really annoying. The Undermine ones I'll do even just because I see them and I'm around. But the Koresh ones, I just hate being stuck into a vehicle. I don't like this. It doesn't matter how good it is. What is it they want me to do? Wastelanders, slain, stolen, tech retrieved. And like you can... No, this one you actually have to use the vehicle because you need the button to retrieve the tech, I'm pretty sure. So that's the call down the minerals. That's this. Is that like a bomb? Yeah. This is just a... There we go. What X pack is this? This is the War Within that I'm playing right now. Current retail modern WoW. Ready to do it one day for sure. I'd rather do the Buggy, Legion, Kieran, Tor world quest than the Koresh world quest. I liked going back and doing Legion world quests. I'm gonna do more of them today probably for the Heroic World Tier achievement. But I don't know if I like them because they're better thought out or just because I'm nostalgic for them. They remind me of a time when world quests were more novel and exciting and they felt more rewarding. When Legion World Quest first came out, when World Quest first came out in Legion, I remember some of my guildies feeling that they needed to do every world quest every time they came up because otherwise you were losing an opportunity to gain something. Like when we were first switching over from the daily quest model, where this idea that you were behind if you didn't do every daily quest every day. I had guildies that would make a point to every single day get together and do an entire world tour and do every world quest because they felt like they needed to. And they eventually burned themselves out very hard, and I don't think they played in years, but I remember that being really, I never felt like that, but I remember being like, oh, there they go again. Do miss emissaries a lot. I do too. Legion emissaries, BFA emissaries. I thought it was a great model. I want it back. Like how much gold we get from Koresh world quests. I need to steal a little bit more technology here. Special assignments don't hit the same. I don't even notice them unless I happen to be in the zone anyways. The nice thing about emissaries was you could log on and you would just open up your map, and I guess you could see them on your map, but like you could, it was much easier to kind of surveil what was needed, and you could stock them up for a few days and kind of just go do a bunch of them. I used to do them on alts. Remix emissaries are kind of nice. 20 challenge mementos, infinite cash, yeah. Plus they're just kind of like a nice framework for like, oh man, I want to go do world quests, I want to go do stuff in the world. I don't really know exactly what I want to go do. Emissaries are a great framework for, you know, what to start with. And then you might get into treasures or rares or whatever else while you're out there, but they're the thing that gets you out in the world in the first place. There must be more. Maybe north, yeah. How I paste the 100 Heroic World Quest achievement. That's smart. Does this count as 2? No. Why would it? It's just one box. Oh, there's lots of them up here. My item level is 714. I could upgrade, so I still have veteran boots on because they're my rushy wraps, my rushy boots. I never got better than veteran rushy boots. I guess that's probably why I should do turbo boost. I haven't been messing with it at all. Oh, hang on, this is just the regular world quest here. It's for Valor Stones. Although, speaking of Valor Stones, now that we have the turbo boost active, we are now able to buy these boxes, ethereal equipment chests. You can buy them for Valor Stones. I think you might need to do some amount of keys in order to unlock the ability to buy these. You get them in the room where the key portals are, or the portal to the key portals is. Just like last season. But it's nice to have those available again because I did not have... Holy macaroni and cheese, man. Awkward. I did not have enough stuff to spend my Valor Stones on, honestly. Aw, Supa, you're sweet. How you doing? I hope things are going well with you. Hope the weather's treating you alright. Initial response to leveling remix alts was negative like yours. Goes pretty fast if you do LFR queues. Yeah. What is in them? Oh, the boxes? They have item level, oh, I forget. 681. 681 gear. Random item for your loot spec. But they're warbound, so you can trade into your alts if you've got alts that you need to get leveled up. When will the Devourers invade? My goodness. A lot of drama. I heard there was something going on in the wider streamerverse. I don't know what it would take for me to get sucked into meta streamer drama. I don't think it could possibly happen. Nothing ever happens to me because I never go anywhere. I just hide out in the woods. I was looking up if people woodwork using firewood. If, you know, anybody like has taught themselves how to like make things out of wood but without actually buying lumber and just using firewood from the firewood pile. And people do. But mostly people that already know how to woodwork and are skilled at using their saws and stuff. Need a certain Mythic Plus rating to get those crates. Yeah, I think you're right. I just don't know what it is because I already had it. But I get a lot of Valor Stones from... whatchamacallit. I never picked this up. I guess I could. Rushy crystals or something. Doing my... In Undermine, you get a lot of Valor Stones from doing your chet lists. And I'm still working on Part-Timer. I'm not giving up. I am still not turning in chet lists for rep. Not for another 35 chet lists. I'm 65 of 100. And I will turn in 35 more of them. And then I can start turning them in for rep. Because I'm honestly probably still going to be doing rep after that because of Miscellaneous Mechanica. But you get a lot of Valor Stones while you're doing that. So it's nice to have something to turn them in for, even if it's just like Mog. Let's turn in this. Just so naturally talented. Yeah, some of us are just blessed. Kitty, where are you going? I really should have picked up this Face Weekly. I didn't think I was gonna do it. I'm just kind of looking for stuff to do while I wait for the Devourers to invade. They always do it when I'm doing other stuff. I just kind of thought it would happen by now. Are any of these face diving quests? Yeah, that one is. 60 of 100. You get gold! They spawn at least every 40 minutes. Alright. I'm holding out for it then. I know that if I give up and leave, that's when it's gonna happen. Gold you get to keep. Firewood's typically hardwood. I have softwood. I have fir. But, you know, it doesn't mean that I can't do anything with it. Don't get me wrong, and also it's not like I have any room in my shed to work on anything because my shed is full of firewood, so I think this is just idle thoughts. I'm just brainstorming things to keep me busy with through the winter, but I should probably try and pick hobbies that will let me keep my fingers attached. Not sure it's going to tell you about Devourers when you're in phase diving. I feel like it does, but maybe you're right. I don't know. I swear that, like, I've seen it, but then when you... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You might be right. Stupid that you need to do normal or mythic dungeons for coins for the event. Last season LFR worked. I have 65 alts and I wanted to do it on. Yeah, I haven't done it on my main at all. Playing WoW without fingers is the challenge. It would be hard. It would take some doing. What is it? You have food. I know. I checked. I can tell that it's warmer in here because while she does still want to sit on my lap, she's not. And she does follow me around still. When it was like consistently like 18 degrees or less in here, she was glued to me and would like pester me to sit down so she can get on my lap so she could warm up, which is fair and valid. And we would do that when it was cold in here, but I can tell that the heat's working. A, because of how warm it is in here, but also because the cats do live their own life now. Are they on the hour? I don't remember them being on any particular timer. But I guess I never really worried about them so much before. It's only because I just need one more that I'm waiting for. One of those baby rat carriers. Yeah. I had at one point in my life, I had a pet sling. And I put her in it at least once, but I'm pretty sure she hated it. She's much warmer now. Let me look up on Wowhead and see energy pods. See if there's any other info going on over here. Oh, oh, careful, careful. Ouchie. Can't just be standing in anything. What are they called? They're called... No, that's what they're called. Devoured energy pods. It's just a dash. I blame the year 2025 for making me learn the difference between an M dash and an N dash. Alright, so the next Devour invasion will be available 15 to 30 minutes after killing the rare of the last one. These timings seem to be shard restricted, so make sure you're not leaving the zone. Oasis, Ecodome, Atrium, Tazavesh. And as long as you haven't killed the rare of that Devourer this week, you'll see a vignette in your map. So I guess it's possible that it could pop up. That maybe one of them popped up, but it was one that I did. Oh no, it's up! It's up! It's over here! Well, it was. I'm gonna go over there and see. That's weird. Maybe that was a different rare. I think that was a different rare. Yeah, no, that's Maw of the Sands. That's something different. That is not what we're talking about. I may as well finish this. We're at 90%. How is Kira doing these days? Terrified of the day when there's a Kira command because she's passed away. Yeah, and that's probably what we're gonna have to do too. She's doing good. She's skinny. You can tell that she's not eating as much as I want her to. She's eating regularly and she's doing all her business regularly, but she's definitely skinny. It's a bit sad. But she seems to be in good spirits. She's doing her normal routine. Hi! You wanna come hang out? Yeah. Hi, baby girl. She's not coughing or throwing up any more than she was, so she seems pretty stable. More M-dashes, please. I was gonna go... Oh no, I got all excited because I thought that was a rare I needed, but it's not. I don't think I need to do any of that. There's no good reason for me to do Sojourner of, Koresh. If there is a Sojourner of Koresh. Yeah, there is. No real good reason for me to do this, because it's not even required for the Koresh meta. And also, I already have the, requirements done, I'm pretty sure, for the War Within the bigger meta, so there's kind of nothing doing there. May as well leave it alone. I'm tempted to do the Delve, because I need one for my weekly, but I very well might miss the, it's entirely possible that I could miss the Devourer invasion that I'm here for while in the Delve. Achievement Hunter in me is cranky that the War Within meta isn't harder. Attack just appeared for me. Is it the Oasis? Because that's the one that I did yesterday, so that one might be unavailable for me. I need a different one. No, that's dumb. No, I don't think it is. It just feels like there's achievements that you would think would be included that weren't. Was the Oasis. Okay, so that means that Ecodome Primus will be next, but probably not for another 15 to 30 minutes. I wonder if I can see it if I fly by, even though I've done it already. It won't drop me the thing, but I could probably help it along. I'm trying to do them for Mog as well. They drop Mog? No, I don't see it up on this chart anyway. Meow. Should just not worry about them. Oh man, my Valor Stones are full again. There are so many things from the little treasure chests. There's so much mog from them. Treasures and world quests. Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense that I have all the cloth stuff. So for those ones, I would just need to do world quests in Koresh on alts. I guess I'm not really going to 100% any of this. Yeah, this. I have 35 out of 51 of these pieces. Although, it looks like I've got all of the cloth stuff, so I guess I would just need to do those. Maybe it wants to drop things for your armor type. Think it doesn't matter? It's just weird that I would have all of the cloth and then very little of the rest of it. If that was... It would just be very statistically unusual. Maybe there's another source. Maybe they share a color from the world quest stuff. Yeah, that's gotta be why. So I don't need to worry about them from treasure chests because I could just do the world quests on alts and get them faster that way. I guess I'm just trying to like look through this to see if there's anything else that I need to make sure I'm doing. There's mog I need from rares for sure. We can look for some of these. Yeah, I'll look for some of these. That's a warrant rare. That's a warrant rare. How do I need so many things from Grubber? I feel like I kill Grubber all the time. Chowder's the only one that's not a warrant rare that I need. Oh, hang on. That comes from Korgorath. Oh, and then those ones drop. That's, I see what you mean by mog. Those mogs here drop. The Reshi Brute stuff drops from the bosses from the Devour attacks. Oh. And then I need a pet from this one. Alright. You know what? Let's go look for that. Let's go check on that rare. Made a loaf of banana bread? Nice! It sounds like a cozy day. Most of my sets from World Quest, rarely from the chests. Once I have the mounts, I think I can table Koresh until I feel like really getting into the weeds of it. I would like the pet though. I guess I could always see, not Mob the Sands, but Melecta. I could always see if that's a sellable pet. It's probably not a low drop though. All of the rare drops were pretty common. Summon the rare, jump at rare mark location. Melecta is not a face space rare. What's your favorite get to bake? Pie. What do I like making? Pies are probably the most exciting thing, but I don't do them very often. I guess I don't do most things very often. I guess bread counts, right? Bread's a baked good. I love making bread. I make bread all the time. Yeah, I love bread. I like doing like an herb garlic sort of it's like a 2-day bread. It's not really true sourdough, but it's sort of sourdough adjacent. It's like nice and chewy and crusty. I like those ones. Cookies, common, muffins. I did do cookies recently. I've been making them once or twice a year. I've been making muffins maybe every other year. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I used to bake a lot more. What about bagels? I love bagels. I don't make them though. I don't have I've made them at home before, but they're kind of annoying because you have to like do the dough and shape the dough, and then you have to boil them, and then you have to bake them, and that's just kind of a lot of steps. They're really yummy when you make them at home, but they're also kind of a pain in the butt, and I'm nothing if not lazy. Maybe your interests have just shifted. I guess so. Hate baking, haven't done it in years. I want this rare to come up. Hello? So I feel about my sourdough. Takes roughly 2 full days to make. It's exhausting. I use a bread machine because I am lazy. And I love the magic appliance that can do all of the work of like keeping it warm and punching it down and letting it rise and timing it all out for me. Sometimes I let the bread machine bake it. Sometimes I just let it do the dough and then I shape it and bake it in the oven. But I haven't made bread without the use of the bread machine in a long time because it just does a good job. And that way I don't have to touch the dough. I don't have to make a mess. One of my least favorite parts of making bread used to be trying to clean the counter of like the flour afterwards and trying to like, well, you do the dry step and then you scrape the flour and then you do the wet step and then you're scrubbing. There's always like little bits of bread dough that get stuck on your like washcloths or your dish brushes and stuff. And you skip all that with the bread maker because all of that happens inside the appliance and then it comes out clean. I'm making jalapeno cheese bread. Oh, that sounds yummy. Missing the convert to standard button. Huh. I haven't looked. It's annoying. Good if you don't have a lot of counter space for making dough. Yeah. I always used to struggle when I would make bread fully by hand with kneading my bread and having it not just get stuck to everything and make a big old like goosebumps mess. And I would always end up adding more flour to make it dry enough to the point where I could knead it. But then my bread would always come out super dense and super heavy because I had added so much flour during the kneading process. And when I do it in the machine, that never happens because I'm not the one touching it and the machine doesn't care how sticky it is. And then if I'm handling it, I'll just use a little bit of oil on my hands and that worked really nice. We're just waiting around for an invasion. This feels like the longest I've ever had to wait for this. If you want amazing bagels, you can order online New York bagels and they ship them. Do they ship them to rural Canada? I have to go somewhere to pick up my mail, so I don't know how, and I sometimes have to wait for the place to be open, so I don't know how feasible that is. I made focaccia the first time this week. Not as good as the store, but getting there. Oh, I love focaccia. I love any excuse to just drink balsamic vinegar, honestly. I love balsamic vinegar. I love making cinnamon rolls. Found it too annoying in my small kitchen. Yeah, mail delivery doesn't come out this far. That's okay. I don't get that much mail anyway, so you just go once a week or so to go pick it up. Not a big deal. It'll come with practice. Besides, almost all my important mail happens online anyway. I have to go to the post office half an hour away. How far from a city are you? Yeah, far enough. Is this rare gonna spawn? No. Far enough that I can afford to buy a house that is a bajillion years old. And it is perfect. I'll see you later, kitty. It is your home. With heat? I know it's warm. It works. Plus the door locks. You know, the walls stand up. Nothing's leaking for now. I know how to check on things that are leaking. If they're gonna leak. I do have some little projects I need to do. I bought a pack of new electric receptacles, outlets basically, as well as some new plates because some of the ones are so worn that the plugs like fall out of them, which is fairly dangerous. Because then you can get like arcing. And I've been meaning to do it. I know how to do that. I haven't done it before, but I know how. And I guess I just need to get brave and turn off my breaker and have at it. Watch the videos a couple more times, but it'll feel nice once I get it done. Plus I have 10 of them, so I can do a whole bunch of them. Got a backyard. Nice. I planted some mums. The grocery stores are selling chrysanthemums, and it's pretty much the end of the season. Like they're gonna stop flowering soon because it's freaking cold outside. So they were discounting them, and I got a little one that was discounted because it was almost over anyway. And I stuck it in the ground, and I figure if I'm lucky, it'll survive its first winter and then come back next year. And if I'm not lucky, then I'm only out $5. worth a try. I should find something else to do out here because this is not getting me anywhere. must have patience. I feel like fall just started. It's really properly fall here now. The mushrooms are mushrooming. The rain is raining. I feel like it's supposed to still be September. It's cold. We've had some frost. I've seen snow capping distant mountains. It's happening. I'm happy to have my heat sorted out, because that means that as long as my drainage holds, then we're good. As long as the gutters do their job and the drains do their job, then we're all set. I can handle some cold. The leaves, they be falling. I've been raking leaves. I've been getting them for my compost. They're an important carbon source for my pet dirt. Do you have a way to test to make sure you get the correct breaker? Doing that had an outlet weirdly on a different circuit than the other ones near it. I forget what it's called, but I have I think it's just a voltage tester, right? With the two little pinny things that I can use to check on the voltage, as well as just one of those plug-in diagnostic things. Both of those will tell me whether or not it's dead, so I can double check before I start messing with wires. Voltmeter, yeah, I think that's... Is that what they're called? Oh, I have 3. I have a non-contact pen, which we're not fully relying on, but it's a good first step. I have the plug-in diagnostic thing, and then I also have the... whatchamacallit? I have a multimeter. That's what I have. I have a multimeter. And I watched a whole bunch of videos on how to use it, and I've forgotten since then, but we can refresh our memory. I love dirt. This is my pet dirt. That's my current fixation. Attempting trench composting in my garden beds. Ooh, fun. Fun. If you have a bench scraper, found that to be helpful for cleaning the counter. I do. It's just nicer when I don't have to bother with the whole business. Does your pet dirt have a name? It does not. But I'm very excited to be composting via several streams depending on what matter I'm composting. I'm trying to get a pile big enough to get it up to heat to do hot composting. So I've been... Oh, the rare's up. Something stirs far beneath me. And I have a thermometer that lets me check on it. And it's getting warm, but it's not getting really cooking yet. It's not big enough. Needs more stuff. One year, and I mean, there's a few lawn tools I need to order first, like a lawnmower. Still don't have a lawnmower. I'll do it in the spring, I guess. Because I think the lawn's going to stop growing pretty soon because it's getting pretty cold. But I want to get a garden waste shredder so I can dry things and then shred them to make them compost a little faster. There we go. This rare has a chance to drop a pet, which is why I've been camping it. Then when I have to go out when it's 0 degrees out and dig through a layer of snow to bury scraps. Oh. Have you seen the in-ground worm composting where you have like a bucket that is bottomless or has like large holes in the bottom, and then the bucket is buried at soil level so that the top of the bucket is level with your ground, and then you fill your bucket with your kitchen scraps, and then you can also include your leaves or your shredded paper, whatever you want, and then you can pop your lid on it. But then worms can basically get into it from the bottom to come do like in-ground worm composting, but then instead of digging a hole, you can just pop the lid off your bucket, fill it up, and then let the worms have at it from there. I haven't tried it, but when I was obsessed and watching a million YouTube videos, it was one of the methods I came across that sounded really fascinating. I am still waiting for a Devour Invasion. Palecti, the Mouth of Nothingness. That is kind of a metal name for a pet. Palecti, the Mouth of Nothingness. No trade! Ugh! Alright, well, I guess I have to get a drop. Wanted to invest in some worm composting, but I'm afraid of hurting them. Is that stupid? That's not stupid. They're, It's definitely not something where you'd want to be attached to any individual worm, though, because you're not really going to be able to tell them apart, and because the size of your colony will kind of grow and shrink to suit the amount of food available. If you're giving them lots and they're happy, there's gonna be a lot more worms, and vice versa. They'll die off and just kind of like get absorbed back in. You don't really have to have worm funerals, so to speak. I'm very happy whenever I find a worm in my bin, though. I've considered starting a worm bin since you started yours, but I don't want to hurt them. Aww. Never look up what people do with worms when they're fishing. It's not nice. You won't like it. If you're worried about hurting your composting worms that you are actively feeding with lovely fruits and vegetables, do not look into fishing. You won't like it. Where is my Devour invasion? I kind of thought they just happened all the time. Hello? I have to stay out here. I can't leave the phase, otherwise I might get phased into one that's like got a timer that's set back. I suppose I could do world quests. I don't really want to. Let's go look for Chowder. Rare's over by Koresh. You have to eat a worm first or the fish won't bite. Stepdad used to use creepy worms for fishing and I'm okay with that, but don't hurt the tiny earthworms. We picked up a thing of worms for fishing and we took them out freshwater fishing. But we didn't use very many of them, and then after we got back, instead of keeping them for like a future fishing trip, we figured we weren't going to go again because it was cold. So it's like, can we put them outdoors in the compost bin? They might all leave, and that's fine, but you know, if they stick around, then they might eat a few things in their way out. Pet dirt is just so fun. Because A, it's nice to use things that you would have had to, you know, like either have the city pick up or get rid of otherwise. And B, gardening is fun. And like, I feel like getting good soil is the most expensive part of gardening. So if you can make yourself a decent quantity of good, you know, organic matter to work into your soil, that's half the battle. And getting enough of it is probably a problem, especially if you have like a big garden, but anything helps. I remember when I first started trying to grow plants in containers, I had no concept of what was involved with dirt aside from dirt. So I mistakenly, trying to save money, bought topsoil to fill my containers instead of potting soil because it was a lot cheaper and I didn't really think much about why. And it was topsoil with like pretty unbroken down like wood shreddings and bark and like it was pretty coarse stuff, and I planted my peppers in it. And they kind of sort of grew. They didn't get very big and they weren't very happy. And also I planted like a maple in it as well. And again, it just kind of like sat there and didn't really do much. But then like 3 years later, it had kind of started to finally break down to the point that the plants were starting to get really happy. And then I moved and I couldn't keep it and I was very sad. But it kind of made me think about how like there's no bad dirt, but like different things will have different amounts of different nutrients, and having things that are nicely composed and that hold the right amount of water kind of goes a long way, you know. It's how much water does it hold? How much nutrients does it hold? And is it, you know, populated with life? Does it have like some nice mycelial networks going on in it? You know, like after they'd been out of the balcony for a couple of years, they were starting to do okay. If I could go back and do it again, I would maybe do potting soil, but that's another story. Planters in my porch with basically dust for soil. Gotta fix that. I'm so excited to garden next year, but I need to make a plan, like an actual calendar. Like I need to figure out and commit to what I'm gonna plant, and then I need to arrange when I'm gonna start them, and then figure out when I need to have my seeds by. Because I want to start some tomatoes and peppers indoors. Maybe some flowers indoors as well, so I can have some starts. And then I want to, you know, get some stuff in the ground outside too, but I'll need to set aside some spots and build up the soil. And also I don't want to spend too much money, but it's my first year and I finally have dirt. These Devours are never going to invade, are they? First year gardening, ordered some compost that everyone raved about. Very hot, stunted my plants. Oh no. Got unlucky, didn't order it early enough. Yeah. If it was too hot, it might have just needed to have been mixed down with more topsoil. If it was just a little bit too concentrated, that can happen too. But who knows? I have no knowledge. I just do things, and then if they go wrong, I go, huh, I'll try something different. Feel it out. I love plants and gardening though, because like, even if it's not going well, something is still happening. There's always a story. There's always development. There's always drama. There's always something changing and different, and there's always something to look at every time you go out there to poke around. And I love that. I love that no matter what you do, something's growing. It might not be the thing that you meant to grow, but, you know, sometimes it is. Favorite soap opera? The Garden. Plus, if you see all the best kinds of, like, bugs. Even just on a balcony. I had praying mantises on my balcony. I had, you got, like, big butterflies sometimes. You get the hummingbirds coming around to the flowers. Awful tomatoes and peppers, but my okra went crazy. Not when you really want them to. I cannot believe it's taking this long to have one. I really thought I was going to come out here and like 10 minutes later, my chat was going to tell me there was a Devour invasion up, and then I was just going to go pop over there, get my mount, and move on into Remix, and it is almost 10:30. But I can't leave now. We can't give up now. Must have missed one in phase space. Possible. Or maybe the one that I'd already done came up, and it didn't show for me because I had already done it. I swear that when you're in phase space, they still tell you about the invasion. I feel like that's happened for me before. I guess I can't... I wouldn't argue it in a court of law. I wouldn't swear an oath on it or anything, because I don't know. But, like, I feel like it does. Maybe I just want it to. Well... Also thought it did for me, too. My thing now is there's a lot of stuff that's already in my garden, and some of it is going to be pretty much impossible to identify until after it, like, leaves out or starts to flower. And I want to make room for the things that I want to grow, but I also... Oh, hey! Devourers! Yes! They're a Tazavesh! I'm coming! I want to make room for the stuff that I want to grow, but I also don't want to tear out a bunch of biodiversity that's already here and then have to just build it back up from scratch. So I at least want to get a feel for what things are and where they are and what's happy where it is and what I like and what I want to keep, and then figure out from there what I can move. Because from what I understand, having a lot of different things going is nice for getting a lot of different life going, which can help keep pests under control if you have a lot of biodiversity. We're going this way. What are you trying to do in game? I have been waiting for like an hour for one of these invasions to start, and it just started. I need a mount. You have to collect, well, you don't have to, but you can collect energy pods from the boss that spawns at the end of the invasion, and you need 20 to make a mount, and I have 19 of them. I was going to say, from this moment forward, I will not need to care about these invasions anymore, but that's not true, actually, because apparently they drop, the invasion bosses can drop, transmog. Wallbreaker's got 2, 4, 5 different things that he can give me. Oh, how many mounts do you have? How many mounts do I have? 1,078. Ish. That's what my mount journal has anyway. They just keep adding them. Not even 1,100, you're gonna have to focus. Alright. Let's go take our 20 things to somewhere picturesque. I don't know why that word is the one that stumped me. Let's go find a nice little cliff to sit on. Hi Jedi Bob, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. I'm still wearing a little the new Headless Horseman set without the hood. It's actually pretty low key without the hood. It's just kind of a funny looking set. Dun, 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 dun. Devoured energy pods are what they're called. You combine 20 of them and it turns into a translocated Gorger. There you go, 1,079. Brand new mount. That's what we were after. One of these guys. Gonna need a bigger stable. Yeah, not not too bad. If you're just hanging out doing other stuff in Koresh, you just do the invasions every time you see them up, and it comes together. But let's take her back to Dornegal. That was one of the things I wanted to do today. I also did most of the rares for chances at the crystals. Did not get lucky with that. I want to do some remix. I want to pop on to remix and get some bronze and maybe get a couple more class mounts for it. Oh man, my bags are a mess. Also, I have more... I haven't decided which character is getting these ethereal equipment chests, but if I'm Captain Valorstones again, then I may as well get another couple of them. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted more candies for the transmog, but we'll worry about that. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We've got a couple more days. Hello. Yeah, I'm basically capped here, so let's get another 2 of these. Just to spend them on something. Okay, we get any gold? Oh yeah, 14k gold. Halloween Friday? Yeah, something like that. Let me see. It is Halloween and Friday. That's cute that it's on a Friday this year. That's always extra spooky. I am excited for Halloween because I want the Florence and the Machine album. That's when it's coming out. That's the main thing I'm looking forward to. Poor Orca. I never even made her a transmog. Same. So excited. I'm just in the right mood for it. Murloc onesie day. Good stuff. Thank you. We never did buy any Halloween candy. Kids come to the door, I just start handing out granola bars. Can I interest you in some leftover barley soup? Alright. Crawdad. Equip 730, average 738. It's got a couple more things that could upgrade. I definitely want your trinkets. Actually, that'll help his average quite a bit. There we go. Average 740, equip 730 because of his jewelry. I want to do world quests specifically. That's what we're here for, because I've got 76 out of 100 done for that. So that's one of the things I want to work on. I also would not mind doing one mythic Nighthold just for like a good chunk of bronze and power. Feels like a decent idea. Nature speed. I feel like I like speed, but I mean, if I'm moving at 36.62%, 6% speed's kind of good. I don't know. I don't think I want the leech. Let's see if we can do a mythic Nighthold just while we're thinking about it. If we're gonna do one raid in a day, that would be the one to do. Quick clear mythic. Not as many of them going on now. I think that I'm not the only person that's kind of slowly running out of stuff to be doing. Ending up in an all DH Nighthold the other day. Nice. Looks like for emissaries we have Kirin Tor and we have Nightfallen. Oh, delisted. Slap some silly elves. 100. Yeah, sure. Start the Balance of Power quest chain for artifact weapon looks. Just got all the requirements done. Oh, congrats. Yeah, I think I'm good. I've done Balance of Power in live. I don't think there's a reason for me to do it again. One Nighthold Mythic Day sounds more manageable. I was super into doing my... Back in Phase 1, I was having a great time doing Emerald Nightmare and Trial of Valor on Mythic, Heroic, and Normal in a given day. I was all about it. But I was also getting item level the entire time. I was getting my moats and I was getting my gear up. And now that my gear is in decent shape, if not perfect shape, I feel like it's kind of less of a big deal. Hazel, I got 3 miscellaneous Mechanica from killing rares on 1 character today. I should go to a casino. Holy smokes. 3! I don't think I've ever had a miscellaneous Mechanica from a rare, and I've been trying. Nice. It's almost enough for a pet. Let's see, Elf. We're gonna go downstairs? No, I am going downstairs. Hidden achievement for getting max infinite power. Saw that, yeah. I'm all for Hunter, Mage, Warlock back in the day. Main character is a druid, and I really want the Moon Scythe. Save some for me. We can keep details on, but I thought that when I got to 740, I would finally be in like the top 5 in a given raid. And I'm not, because I didn't like worry that much about my infinite power. I have currently 94% Versa. But people that have been actually like grinding are going to be much higher than that. But you know, we're here, we're helping. It's coming along. Yeah, balance of power being account-wide is what I've been told. That's what I've heard. I don't really ever mog artifacts, so it never really comes up for me. Some classes scale on verse better than hunters. Yeah, that's probably true. 1 or 2 days away from 500% verse. 170, and I'm not really helping in raid either. I would probably be helping if I joined like a random normal, and I was the only 740 in it. Music and Legion, so excellent. Long time no see. Hi, Bucky. Happy Wednesday. Also, it's hard to do your damage when your pets are, like, super behind. I'm just gonna dismiss them, and then I'm gonna try to summon them when we get to the boss, because otherwise they're gonna be back here, you know, thinking about their choices. I feel pretty good about my choice to get like 90% of the stuff out of Remix. I'll get everything off the vendors. I got all like the zone meta cosmetics, but I don't need like all the last little feats of strength, or I don't need the Trial of Valor Deathless sets. I got one of them, that's good enough. I'm lazy. Alright, we have our pet. And we're going. Oh. I managed to barely scrape onto the board when I exploded my guy on the ads. I did 34 mil and was 8th. Just barely counts. Yeah, maybe I'll stop building for leech and I'll start building for speed, because if I'm not doing any more keys, I don't think I need the leech. And having like full speed might be kind of fun. Sick of gearing for my last TV Mythic. Stacked a group and I was only 580. No regrets. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to finish leveling the alt, to be honest. I just wasn't feeling it. There's just other things that I'd rather be doing in WoW right now. I want to keep working on my Crackling Shards. I want to keep working on my chet lists. And I want to start working on Kaiveza. So I want to get my brand leveled. I want to get, I guess, some more Gilded Crest. What I should be doing if I want to do Kaiveza, and I'm really going to take it seriously, is I should do Turbo Boost. I should like pug keys or raids or whatever on my priest in order to, I should pug them so that I can get specifically Reshi boots, like heroic Reshi boots up for my veteran ones, and then get everything fully upgraded with Gilded Crests from keys Just, you're still gonna have to do mechanics on Kaiveza, but any little bit of extra damage or power you can get is gonna help, I feel like, to help you not have to do them for as long, you know? I don't think I'm gonna do all that, though. I think I'm just gonna get my brand leveled. And then maybe get, like, I don't know, my 30 Gilded Crests a week or whatever. Maybe it's just 11, actually. From doing 11 delves. However many you get for doing those every week. Because I think I could probably get it done with just practice. I just need to put a couple of days into it. I'm just worried about, that the whole time that I'm practicing, if I'm not getting there, I'll be like, man, I would have had this by now if only I had really fully maxed out my item level instead of giving up halfway through. Extra XP for Brand this week. Oh, I should work on it then. Oh, we should do that. That sounds nice. I was enjoying Delves before Remix came out. Especially with the ethereal gates that let you skip to the end sometimes. Those are very satisfying when you're doing it on like an 11. Yeah, I'm not really helping. Oh well. I'm geared enough to get into the fast groups. That's the ticket. That's the trick. Plus, you get lots of bronze for doing this. Since I've decided I'm not really leveling any alts, I started buying the Felscorned mounts for 20k each. I got the priest one, I got the druid one, and then the hunter one I had from leveling. May as well get them all. They're kind of cool. They got like a neat little effect that happens when you summon them. Nice little summon animation. But I haven't even started looking into what kind of things I need to do for housing items. We can't be sitting around in Remix all day when there's furniture to collect. Or upcoming furniture to collect. But yeah, I think one mythic raid in a day, plus whatever emissaries and world quests and research we want to do is like a good kind of route for this for now. At least until I've got everything for bronze. I should check on the world bosses, actually. You probably have all the achieves that award housing items. They seem pretty straightforward. I installed Homebound. I just haven't looked at it yet. I might have it all. There's gotta be crafting stuff that I could set up if I really wanted to. In retail, time to level up classic professions. I want to be able to tailor for housing. I think my ultimate WoW fantasy is just to get really organized. That sounds like the dream. Every character nice and cleaned up, with a clear purpose, a cute transmog, organized banks, you know. Yeah, Homebound sounds cuter than Housebound, although Housebound might be a more accurate description of all of us as we're trying to get all of the furniture for player housing. Oh dear. Mostly missing things from PvP. I want lots of plants. I wonder if there's going to be plant stuff from Herbalist, and there has to be. My WoW house is going to need house plants for days. I want water features, I want house plants, I want indoor fish and other creatures. My theme is biophilia. So your IRL house. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Listen, when you got a thing, you got a thing. Decor from the full caravan achievement. I actually feel more motivated to do that now. Full caravan. Is that to do with Fiona's caravan in the Western Plaguelands? Or Eastern Plaguelands, rather? Ever see Ace Ventura? I have not. I can't say that I have. Max engineer in all old professions to unlock house plants. Oh no. I want to rewatch it. Don't think that movie aged well. What did I watch? We were doing some spooky movies for spooky movie season. We watched Weapons. We watched the 2017 It, and then the more recent Chapter 2. I actually really liked Weapons. Weapons was good. I thought I was going to be too scared for it, but I was okay. I only had to hide for a few parts. Haven't seen any of those. The Weapons was more to my taste. It was fine, but especially Chapter 2 was very long. And I mainly stuck with it because I'm a big Bill Hader fan. And also because at a certain point, you know, the movie's going. Slowly working through my X-Files rewatch. Nice. Hi, honey bun. How are you? In bun. It's from Under the Eastern Kingdom's quest section, actually. Oh. I think the sun's coming in. I feel like light coming in from my office door. I don't have a pet. Slander. Love your content. Any particular reason why Priest is your favorite class? Aw, thank you very much. Why do I love Priest? It's kind of hard to explain. It just kind of feels like me. I think I picked it almost arbitrarily way back in the day when I felt like I needed to commit to a main for the sake of my new, you know, budding raid team. And I stuck with it for so long that it feels like me now, and I don't feel quite right maining anything else. I just like it. It just clicks with me. I like being ranged. I like Holy Priest, and like the fantasy of Holy Priest is the really classic, you know, cloth wearing, you know, pseudo-religious, sparkly gold, you know, light-based healer. It's like a really, I don't know, stereotypical fantasy archetype that I've always liked for games. I like healing. I like WoW healing a lot, actually. I was a DPS main for years, and I would play Shadow Priest because I was a priest before I was a Holy Priest. But in Shadowlands, when I finally switched over to Holy, I just love WoW healing. It's so satisfying and fun. I really, really get a kick out of it. Shadow Priest feels fun to play. Glad I tried it out. Yeah. And Shadow always feels kind of comfy and familiar for whenever I do need a DPS spec. Even if I'm not up to date on like the real fine details about how it works in a given patch, because I haven't mained it in a while, I still feel like I know where my plague is, you know? Just feels comfy. Another Oasis pet dupe. Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you here at the start of the stream? I was telling chat how I got a dupe, but I got a mount dupe this week, so I can't even sell it. It's just straight trash. Mini bun good? Walk-in boot / aircast because I injured my Achilles tendon. Ow! Oh, that sucks. Oh. It's a bad feeling, especially with a mini bun around. Shadow sucks from a balance perspective. Wish I had chosen something else. Maybe you should have been a balanced druid. Good one. Here all week. Whoopsie daisies. Thank God for husband. Husband's very cute. One of my cats got knee surgery. His whole leg is shaved and he looks like a chicken. Oh. Oh, I wish your kitty a smooth recovery. They look so funny when they get shaved. Kira had a shaved belly for a while when she was getting ultrasounds done, and she looked so funny with her little naked tummy. I felt so bad. I think I should have chosen mage. I mean, it's never too late. Night Spire. I think if I had started over again, I would maybe pick Druid instead, but I don't know if it would have worked for me. Druid, I like the healing. I didn't really click with either of the DPS specs, and then it bothers me that, I mean, at least in Resto you can see your Mog most of the time, but in the other forms, you don't really see your Mog, and then you don't really ever get to spend time with your mounts. I mean, at least not your flying mounts, because you can just insta-cast into flight form, which feels a lot better. And I think as a mount collector, that was another thing that kind of put me off of Druid as a main anyway. Do you know if WoW was affected by the servers that went down last week? No idea. I haven't had any problems, though. Looks extra funny since it's just one leg and the other is just floof. Aww. Solo collector should be a paladin or a druid, but I'm struggling to want to. Yeah, heart wants what it wants. As a former druid main, I feel compelled to be a high mountain tauren because Canadian moves. I want to save and use these all at once. I don't know why. $26k? Yeah, I guess the bronze is alright. I am gonna need a bunch more bronze, like, eventually, because I need some expensive things off the Argus vendors. Looks like I need another 1.8 mil in total. There'll be a bunch of achievements for doing the new raids and dungeons and stuff, though. Especially on all the difficulties for when the rest of the stuff comes out. The later phases. Mage main through and through. Played others over the years, but mage is just me. Microsoft services having trouble today? Ooh, speaking of Microsoft, are we excited about the next-gen Xbox being able to run Windows and therefore Windows games and therefore World of Warcraft? I thought it was kind of cool. I feel like they'll be able to get some people that were kind of thinking about a Steam Deck but didn't really want to commit to a Steam Deck to be able to run Steam on next-gen Xbox and therefore their Steam games. If it works well, I feel like that's good marketing. Between 1 and 2K? Oh, I didn't hear anything about the pricing. Excited because my husband might actually play WoW if it's with a controller. I think that, yeah, if anything that happens to help promote controller support, like obviously we already have it with add-ons to some extent, but anything that makes it better, I don't think I would get an Xbox, but I would stick an extra computer by my TV. I would like do World Quest or Urbing or something from the couch. Font of Night, I think is where we're going. People going crazy about that. Wowhead feeding into it. I mean, Wowhead's a website. They live and die on clicks. They would be silly not to play up any amount of WoW controversy that's going on because people are viewing Wowhead ads while they're doing it. That's just the internet. 1 to 2 to 3 tricky treats from dailies is just too low. Yeah, it's a lot. You already got people playing WoW on Steam Decks. Exactly. I don't see any reason why it's any different than that. Played some Plunderstorm with a controller. More chill for sure. Last controller I used was with the Super Nintendo. I'm old. I love a good controller game. That is why we are losing add-ons, so no. Oh. If you say so. There's so much RP in here. I wonder if this will count as a demon for my Infinite Research quest. See if we go from 32 to 33. I betcha. Says it's a demon. Yeah, it does. Works. Cyberwolf, thank you for the 73-month resub. Hi, everyone. Hi. Still trying to get the new Horses map, but I got the original one to drop twice, even though I already had it. Ooh. Oh, that would bait me. I would be so excited and then so disappointed. Oh, man. Thank you to the raid group. Now that's a cup. Big ol' water bottle looking thing. I like these ones. They're a gift from in-laws, but they do a good job. I used to have like a water bottle that was basically the same thing, but was a lot more worn down. And these ones are prettier, but I will say I tend to knock it over because I don't have control of my limbs. It's a good thing it's pretty sturdy and made out of metal because I've definitely backhanded it into some stuff. What am I doing? I'm going, I suppose, back to Dalaran for now. We can turn in something or another. Let's see. 4 of these. 1. That's the main thing. I got like 30k-ish bronze from doing thingy. Lots of power. Up to 103% verse. Love how quick those Mythic Nighthold runs get. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna gear for speed. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna prioritize specifically speed. And not leech. I guess I can stick the leech gear in my bank if I want. I might do that. Cause look, now I'm moving 44%. That's just fun. Those are avoidance, we don't want that. Thanks for the combo, guys. That is speed, very good. And these are exactly what I'm wearing. So I can take my 30k bronze. I can buy another mount. Do I care which ones yet? Well, we're not going to get the disc because that's what... If I do finish leveling my mage, she'll get that one. What else am I definitely not leveling? I'm for sure not leveling a rogue in Remix, so we can buy that. Speed is capped at 49%. Oh. Okay, well then I have the precisely perfect amount. Nice to have other pieces then. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go stick my leech gear in my bank just in case. It won't do me any good after Remix, but if I need to wiggle anything else around. 49% feels pretty good. So anything that is leech. I don't really care about avoidance. I feel like I'd rather have leech. Nice, alright. Let's go do the emissary. I need another 24 world quest and heroic world tier for the blue set. So let's do a few of those. Also, I should take a short break. I will be right back. Okie dokie. Back we are. This, aside from bronze, I think is the thing that I'm most invested in for Remix. So let's go do some damage to it. Let's see what we can do. We'll start in Suramar, but basically anything that we can get done. Let's see why not. Besides, once I finish my heroic world tier achievements, I feel like I can probably just get out of heroic world tier and do things with, I don't know, 1% faster. Do you have all the housing decor achievements done? That's an excellent question. I haven't looked yet. Probably. People were saying that they're fairly basic, and I do have a lot of like the expansion metas and whatnot done. There might be some specific ones though. There might actually be some specific little fiddly things that I haven't finished. We'll have to take a look at some point. I installed them. Oh, in Linux. Oh, I have no idea. I guess I don't know which ones they are. Is there a reason you are not looking? Well, because I'm looking at this right now. Housebound will tell you. I like how we're just calling it Housebound now. It's the new name. I didn't know it worked in Remix. Food Court Bailiff, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. What a name, my goodness. Here we go. Should be a rare. This might be a bit of a project. These elite rares, even now that I'm 740, I can solo them. They sometimes are tough though. This one's coming together though. Maybe my gear is good now. Or maybe they tuned them. Nice, okay. That'll do. I like how that didn't count as a regular rare. I'm not in a raid group or anything. Is it Homebound? I think it's Homebound. Housebound is funnier though. Because Homebound makes me think of like the Homeward Bound movie and like happy golden retrievers making it back to their you know, like cute children. And Housebound makes me think of me when I'm playing too much WoW to go outside. I called it Housebound initially too. Yeah. /HB. Alright. Hold on. We'll take a look. We'll find a nice spot to sit. Ah! Danger. /HB. Nothing. Alright. Well, it's turned on. Is that not it? /HB. Oh, there we go. Maybe I was in combat. Alright. Hide completed. Oh, cute! They preview it when you do that thing. You mouse over it. Okay, so is the Linux ones just the Legion ones, and you could do them in Legion Remix or in Legion? Is that the idea? Participate in a drum circle. Repeatedly jump for 3 minutes in the middle ring. Huh. There are specific ones. Oh. Well, I must have them. Where would you see them? Such an odd achievement. The last thing I need is another add-on, but also I do need it. Metas? Because I have World Awoken, I have Back from the Beyond, I have Farewell to Arms. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything else. It's probably fine. I have most of the achievements. What are we doing? We're going to do more world quests. Let's do this week, whereas though I liked using them to track profession knowledge early in an expansion. Like weekly profession knowledge tracking week wars have been really good. You can do the drum circle solo. That's what the add-on was telling me. Alright, we need prisoners free. Also, any empowered mobs or thingies that we can do. The little pylons, those are good too. Well, I guess it's good to know that I need to do treasures, like while I'm here, treasures in High Mountain and treasures in Val'sharah for the troves. If we can get up to 40, then that'll work. Keep an eye out for those. I had stopped looting them because I had done them for the Legion Remix achievements, but if we need more, then we need more. I have a bunch of PvP ones and a single archaeology achieve I've been working on. You guys are brave if you're doing the PvP ones. I guess I haven't seen how cool the stuff is that you might get. I haven't seen how neat it might look. I almost don't want to look at it too much because I'm not, like I'm doing something. So if I look at another thing, then I might want to do it, then it's gonna get me all confused, and then I'm gonna get all crabby. It's like you want to finish making lunch before you start baking cookies, you know? Just do the thing that's in your hands. These guys, yeah. Crazy voice in me always says, he wants them all. PvP. I have 31% of them apparently already. Battle for Gilneas victory. Oh, some of them are cute. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we got some Alliance and Horde banners. Some of these are just like win thing. Deep Hall Ravine. PvP ones will probably stay missing. As a chronic multitasker, have been known to make full meals all at the same time. Oh lord, we're not doing that. Some of these I have. Some of these I for sure do not have. I'm not seeing any house plants, so I think I'm safe. So excited for housing. Need a lot of metas, I think. At some point I'm gonna dig through and figure out exactly what I'm missing and then make a whole thing of it, but not just yet. Oh, this is nice to do with full gear. This is nice. Heroic World Tier finally feels like it's not Heroic World Tier now. Housing basically a month away, which is crazy. Oh yeah, that's nice. We just need to slay a boss and then do 10 more of these guys. Should we see the November trading post soon? Maybe tomorrow? That'll be good. I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder what the next thing they're gonna actually get me with is, because most of the time I can kind of take or leave it, and by that I mean mainly leave it. But every now and then, every once in a blue moon, they add something like that pearlescent butterfly that like changes my life forever, or at least changes the mounts that I ride forever. There is music in the housing zones, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's just quiet out there. I am hoping, I haven't seen anything to this effect, but I'm hoping that they're gonna add jukebox capability to your house the same way that we had in your Draenor Garrison, where you were able to play different tracks from in-game in your game. Seems like a kind of an easy gimme to add. Or Xarma kicked my butt for a while. According to Homebound, only missing 2 besides the PvP one. Got some troops to do here. Oh, world quests are so fun now. I finally feel overpowered. Only, pardon me, what, 3 weeks into Remix? One of my favorite things for Animal Crossing, I love getting the different KK slider size. I just love what a multi-genre legend he is, you know? You can't box in KK Slider. I don't know what I would put on. What soundtrack I would put on. I don't remember what I had in my garrison, to be honest. Ooh, if I could get Undermine Jazz in my house. And I could pick... There was like a lounge track that was kind of low-key that was really nice. That would be fun. I don't really want anything else goblin-y in my house, but I could go for the jazz. I know we listened to it for like a whole patch, but I'm not over it yet. Turn in our little emissary. And then we've got an Enigma. We also have a Like the Wind, because we have a Kirin Tor emissary to do too. I don't usually go down into the tunnels because it takes me forever to get back out. Although I'm moving pretty fast now. We're moving at 45%. Let's see. There. And then we can also just send the rest of our rep to get any more extra Nightfallen caches done. These rep tokens are really extra after a while. I appreciate that it's a lot of rep, but they just kind of build up. Hi Hazel, hi Squink and Binks, how are you? Happy Wednesday, I hope your week's going well. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot in them. You get like a quest completion for turning them in, so you get a couple of motes. It's not great. Originally, I thought, what a great way to offer people to a way to catch up on their Paragon mounts by getting Paragon caches super fast. But I don't think... What people were telling me anyways in chat is that they aren't even dropping them correctly on... Like, they don't drop directly from the cache in Remix. So, I don't really know what the point is. How often can you run a raid in Remix? Once per day per difficulty. So if you want, you can do each raid on 4 difficulties per day. LFR, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic. And the locket resets daily. That would be a lot of raiding, though. I would start with the hardest ones you can get into, and then work your way down. But you should be able to get into Mythic. Do you think collecting your pet's whiskers is the same as a parent saving their kid's teeth? There's a question. I guess a little bit. I've never really thought about it. I haven't held on to anybody's whiskers. I honestly don't know if I would be able to tell my cat's whiskers from my dog's whiskers. I did see once online some... There was an artist in Japan that made, like, cat portraits in 3D out of felt, and then would include actual whiskers that had dropped off of the cat that the pet parent had saved in order to make kind of like a really beautiful little, like, sort of memorial portrait of said pet. It was must have been on Netflix or YouTube or something. Okay, here's our Enigma. I like to desummon my pets for this, because otherwise they just confuse me. I like finding the whiskers. Kids' teeth sounds grosser. They're both a little weird, but you know, no judgment from me. Oh, I wasn't paying enough attention. I feel like it was this one. Alright. 4 to the left. Up 2, right 2, and then back around. I have so many whiskers saved. I don't know if I would keep anyone's teeth. I remember having like a little box of my baby teeth when I was a kid, and I remember they were vaguely gross. They were like sort of blood-stained. They would rattle around together like a murder trophy. And I think I eventually realized that it was yucky and I didn't want to keep them anymore. But I don't think it's that unusual to keep them either. I don't think it's that weird. I wouldn't judge anybody. Alright, this one. We can do this, right? So we want to go either over or under. And the purple orbs catch us and reset our cooldown. So there's our checkpoint. This one we need to go under. Hold on. Well, at least they do a checkpoint. Didn't get quite far enough on that one. Yeah. Don't have kids, but I got some of my dog's teeth that she had to remove. Aw. This one's always buggy for me. I think I just did a bad job. Although, as far as I can tell, this thing moves you a set space. Like, you can't really move your character outside of the thing. It's just a question of how much your character falls before you zoop them forward. There we go. Unless you like the challenge, you can mount up and fly through. I was unable to mount when I was in that one. I know people keep telling me about that, but I didn't have any luck with that. We're gonna skip those guys, and we're gonna head to Val'Sharah, I think. Why are there no world quests out there? It must just be because I can't see them. Because I would love to find some extra treasures for 40 out there. Mount before you speak to the dude. Gotcha. I mount up for the Magic of Flight ones when I can, because I remember doing that during Legion. Also, hi, Hazel. Hello. Head right over that. Not stopping to mess with that one. Are there really just, like, no world quests out here right now? That's weird, right? I didn't do them. Yeah. Weird. You know. Let's go to High Mountain instead. Oh, I hate the lay races. Oh, they're no fun. They're not good. We can do other stuff, but not those ones. You know what I'm gonna do? If I'm going to High Mountain anyways, let's just Nosfin's Voucher and then Hunterport. Mailcraft, thank you for the 2-month resub. Thank you very, very much. Ooh. Couldn't find any. Oh, World Quest in Val'Sharah? It's weird. Glad to have you here. You're in old school flying mode? I don't think that I am. What am I doing? Maybe a normal dungeon. I haven't done my random normal yet anyway. Dungeon Finder, random normal. Let me see. No, I'm definitely skywriting. Pop over here. I thought about taking a flight path up to Storm or up to High Mountain, and then I remembered I'm a hunter. Okay, we can do all kinds of these, no problem. Another 23? 24? Bristle Mole, hello? There you are. Oh, my pet! Gosh, I miss those. I miss those world quests. I like doing them in Legion. I hope they have a think about it and maybe make them a tiny bit faster and snappier for midnight. It would be nice. I don't like super involved world quests that are really fiddly. I like them when they're straightforward. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Craig. I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, nuts, pilots. How many more of those do I need? It's just for bronze, but for a grilled tier, 100 obelisk. Ooh, lots. 66 more. We're not close. Oh, hey. Got a Braider Vaughn's cash just for doing 100 world quests in general. But we need to do more of them in world tier. So let's do... Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, fine. Leveling remix characters to get the fell mounts. Just need Warlock and Priest left. Nice. What's your favorite activity for leveling? Are you doing dungeons? Are you doing LFR? Are you doing questing? Like when they're multi-step, because then I feel better about skipping them. Undermine world quests were actually pretty good. There's a few annoying ones, but a lot of the Undermine world quests I feel like come together nice and fast. they have fiddly components, but they're not super. They were a nice pace. I guess the Koresh ones are kind of okay. Some of them are better than others. This would be fine if they made you go through, like, half as many of the things. I would sometimes get into trouble where I had wandered off the path and couldn't find any more of the blue things. But then I would lose my speed bonus, and I would just be going it very slowly. Doing the quest from the Infinite Dragons. Last few levels with raids and bonus objectives with 250% extra when 70. Nice. I always just mess it up easily for some reason. Oh, the defusing the bombs, yeah. I used to really hate the Venture Company World Quest in Undermine that had you get into like a slime suit and then destroy slimes and then vacuum them up after they were dead. But once I started doing it off stream and paying any attention to it, it became a lot faster. You can do it in like 2 or 3 pulls of slimes. And the slimes are almost one-shot by the AoE ability, so it's really not a problem. It's just if you have not read the buttons, or you're just me kind of autopiloting during stream, you're gonna have a bad time. But it's one of the faster world quests now. Same thing with the finding the too safe equipment that needs to be more hazardous or whatever with Hob. I used to really struggle doing that one on stream because I would just wander around lost trying to play the hot and cold game. And then when I was off stream, I was like, oh, hey, it shows you exactly where the next one is. There's like a little trail you can follow. But if you're reading chat, you're not going to see it as easily. Not too bad. It's a good thing I like the Undermine world quests because I'm going to be doing them for the rest of my earthly life. There's so many Mechanica things. I wonder if I'm going to be brave enough to come back and do Undermine weeklies still, even after Midnight's out. I don't know. I kept doing the big dig in Azure Span or Dragonflight even after The War Within started, so maybe. Possible. There's one over here. We're so close. I'm losing my speed, though. I thought I was being a bit greedy initially when I said there should be half as many of the things you have to run through, but now I'm thinking half would be just about right. I can see them on my map. This isn't even one of the bad ones. The Surmar one is the one that I tend to get in trouble with. Oh, I don't even see it. Oh, they're gonna make me start again if I leave now. I think I'd rather sit in the dungeon queue. There is one up here. If the queue time's out, then the queue time's out. Yes, okay. Let me in. We can do it. Got part-timer finally a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't had the heart to go back to Undermine much yet. Oh, I don't blame you. I'm so jealous. When I get part-timer, I'm wearing it. I will take off the insane for that. I'm gonna mog that jetpack, even if it goes with nothing that I have. This is just a normal dungeon, so I can just kind of pop it. And we're running. Pretty much all the miscellaneous Mechanica, yeah. I really thought that by the time I had everything else done in Undermine that I would have gotten maybe not all of the miscellaneous Mechanica, but a good chunk of it, and that was not the case. Did not work that way for me. Wearing the title. Nice. I'm so jealous. For a while I was doing a few characters a week, but I've slowed down to pretty much just one a week. As long as I don't stop completely, I'll get there eventually. I don't really do the weekly cartel rares. I find it's almost impossible to get them up. I do the weekly regular rares, like your Flyboy Snooty and your Ephemeral Agent, whatever his name is. But even when I have done them, they haven't given me any Mechanica, so I don't know if it's doing it. That and killing rares that pass by, gotten a bunch more Mechanica. Have you gotten the Ashara's gear from Suramar? I have! I have it mogged on my main. There's Fenrir. I have all of the zone meta cosmetics from Remix. Let's just run. Makes me sad how little bronze drops off mobs. Looks really weird in a dwarf. It looks a little wonky in everybody. I thought that on a night elf or a nightborn maybe it would look really natural, but it's kind of lumpy. Website lets you see your mounts and achievements. Oh, there's a few of them. Data for Azeroth is one. Simple Armory is another one that I use. People also like completionism dot something. Maybe manage 2 of the cartel rares, including the ones I can summon myself. Rarely see all 4. A lot of people are gone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy whenever I can get my surge pricing weekly done. I have a new theory about how to not bug out the my shipping and handling jobs. I have new loony bin conspiracy steps that I'm taking to try to prevent my jobs from breaking in a way that makes me reset my streak, which is that before I enter the ring to arrive at a job or like pick up or turn in a package or anything, I get off my car, I make sure that I'm out of combat and could get into my car again, and then I walk into the ring. I've had a suspicion that it had to do with combat. So that's what I've been doing, and I did manage to get to 10 jobs yesterday without having to reset it, which I hadn't done in a few weeks before that. So far so good. But I could be just grasping at straws. Got sharded once doing Blackwater in the middle of summoning it. I was so annoyed. I got it halfway done, had to redo it. Oh, that sucks. I had that happen with Noggenfogger Nuisance once, and I think that put me off doing it ever again. Oh, there she is. You're pinging the boss like, hey Hunter, it's over here. Lost in thought. But yeah, I'm hoping that that doing that helps my shipping and handling, because I still need some upcycled gear, like the gear that only drops from completing 9 shipping and handling jobs in a row. And I can't get it if I can't get 9 jobs done in a row. Such a rude thing. I mean, I needed it. I was kind of lost in thought, looking at the side mobs, waiting for them to happen. Sounded 50% louder than normal. I just feel like I always make gold when I go to Undermine. I'm gonna be sad if the gold gets nerfed. It probably will. I don't know. I'll be sad if it gets nerfed, and I'm trying to do those world quests in midnight. Made my remix warlock look like Archimonde. Nice. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next Phaser remix. There's gonna be more to do. Couple new dungeons. Although I still haven't done my Mythic World Tour. That would definitely help me with my bronze needs. I guess I'll save that for if I'm not able to buy everything I want in the last phase. Because the heroic raids will help a lot too. I'm 3 world bosses off. I still need Humongous, Animus, and Sharthos. I guess I just haven't been checking them every day. Come on, Odin. Let me at ya. And is up tomorrow? Okay. I don't know why they wanted me to lust. I don't think it's necessary. There you go. More bronze. Do we know who's up today? I haven't seen one. Jim. Jim's up today. What are you gonna do? Three more rares, some more demons. Yeah, this is still pretty fun. Animus only spawn the first day, and I'll believe it when I see it show up again. Is it necessary? No. Is it fun? Yes. I don't think I have a ferocity pet. I haven't lusted once in Remix. I have drums that I also have not used. I have 58 of the timeless drums just sitting in my bags doing nothing. I need this rare. Maybe when I get a more bonus experience onto my buff, then I'll want to finish leveling my mage. Poor Orca's level 40. We got her decently far for her first day. I just, I have completely unreasonable expectations, I guess. And being a mage, I guess, wasn't as much fun as I wanted it to be. Tricky traits suck so much. Do you need a lot of stuff from them this year? Or are you just getting the 300 for the new things? Well, sometimes when I combine the 10 things, not better than what I have. It can, if it rolls a slot that you just upgraded, it can give you an even item level. It should not give you anything worse in item level anyway. But yeah, you can get unlucky and you can get basically dupes of stuff or just side grades of what you already have. You just gotta keep rolling. Skipped last year, so I need 500. Yeah, I think Tricky Treating is the worst of the fly around holidays, just because of the opening the handfuls of treats, the amount of garbage it spams your bags with, having to sit or risk getting tricked, and then having to wait for that to fall off, and then only getting like 2 or 3 treats per spot is up there too. Arcane Mage feeling better at level 77, that's for sure. Should be the best one, actually trick-or-treating, right? It's like the original Candy Bucket holiday. I haven't even been sitting. I've just been getting transformed and then waiting it out. I just walk my butt over to like a flight master or something. World questing feels pretty good at decently full item level in Remix. I'm pretty happy with this. Honestly, the main reason I did the main reason I stopped to do whatchamacallit, Nighthold was for bronze, and it wasn't that amazing. I guess it was alright. It was pretty fast. What is this rare? Amateur hunters. They're in a cave, huh? Your voice echoes in my head from the other day. Tricky treats suck. Oh, there's the game. I'm just complaining. I only need another 70 of them. I could probably do it without a ton of drama. It's just every day that I wait and I do Headless Horseman, I know I'm getting some treats from that, like 8 to 10 from the daily Horseman thing, which, I don't know, shaving 3 stops off of my grind seems like a pretty good idea. Although the danger is that I'm gonna run out of time and I'm gonna forget, and then the event's gonna end and I won't have bought the last thing. They're sucky trees. Sure. Well, I do need to keep an eye out for treasures. We finished the emissary that we needed to do. I guess now I'm mainly doing world quests just to kind of help catch up on this thing. 76 of 100. 2 more days. Yeah, maybe we'll do our trick-or-treating tomorrow. Just suck it up. Get it over with. Should only need... it might still take a good chunk of the stream, but it'll be more fun if I do it with you guys. It was boring when I was doing it on my own. Don't know if I'm gonna get them out. I'm starting to lose hope too. There's always next year. I think I'm also not as concerned about it because I bought the one on the trading post, so I have the recolor. I would like the holiday one, but yeah. Next Halloween might get pumpkin decorations for a house. I would be disappointed if we didn't. We can decorate our garrisons with pumpkins. I was at the store and I almost bought an ornamental gourd just because they were on sale and they were fairly inexpensive. And then I thought, what am I gonna do with a funny little gourd? I'm gonna sit it on a table or something and then I'm gonna go, look, it's a gourd and a table. And then eventually I will compost it. Like, I know it's ornamental, but I don't know. I feel like it would just look out of place if I tried to ornament anything with it. Garrison has been a Halloween theme since WoD. Yeah, because the Hallows End theme had actual collectible pets that were associated. So I just left it on there because then that way I could, not that I ever did, but you could invite people to your garrison to like catch the wild pets that only spawn like a Hallows End themed garrison. Gordon Table sounds like the name of an abstract art piece. That's what happens when you run out of steam decorating for a holiday. Left it on 2 after catching the pets. What pets are that? There's some kind of like a spectral spider or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm missing a pet from Hallowfall? Huh? Shadow-rooted vine. Hang on. Spectral spinner, yeah, that sounds right. It's like a toy there, too. Rare in their flagged NPC scans so often that I turn the add-on off. I've been turning Rare Scanner on and off depending on whether I'm hunting Isle of Dorn rares or not. If I'm not specifically looking for rares, I don't want to know about them. Drives me nuts. I'm reading about the Shadow Bog Hopper situation. Comments. There's only 5 comments, so it can't be hard. Shadow-rooted vine. You can pull the vines if you have the shadow-rooted grippers, which are from the Darkroot gripper sold by the chef. Oh yeah, that's right. Have the torch up. Pull my first pet from a shadow-rooted vine. Okay. Cageable. Let me try it or might exchange. If it's super cheap, I might just buy it and save myself the trouble. Shadow Bog. Shadow Bog Hopper. 4K on my server. 2800. 2750 on a different server. Yeah. Just got that one pretty easy. Might have to make a day of it. Or, I don't know about a day. Make a half hour of it sometime. Clean up our bags a little bit. Getting out of control. I think this was the thing that I found really indispensable about Remix Helper was just the scrapping help. Just go do it, goes in your bag without announcing sometimes, so I got 3 before I noticed I had 1. And I'm doing this right now. I need to go kill Murgler. Plus, we only got 15 minutes left. I want to make sure I have time to understand it. Oh, he's a rare. There we go. Alright, so that's pretty much our High Mountain world quests. I wouldn't mind doing a few in Stormheim. Turn a few of these things in. I can afford another 2 mounts. Let's get the shaman one. Those are exact duplicates. And avoidance gear. Turn in a couple of these. We're just basically hoping to luck into a exact upgrade to jewelry, really. Yeah, we could pick up Nighthold and do it tomorrow. Pick up a dungeon. I feel like it's not bad for bronze. Daily random heroic. I wanted the shaman one. Ooh. Yeah. And then, I mean, we're gonna get them all eventually. Order doesn't super matter. I shouldn't be in such a hurry to get this one done. It's not like I can just go do 24 world quests. It's not going to happen that fast. Oh, I need to turn in the emissary too. Like, there's lots of time. I don't know why I'm in such a rush. It just feels fun right now because my character's finally fast. Nope, don't need that. Yeah, you get pretty decent bronze from doing your doing emissaries. It's not bad. What about Astuna? Oh yeah, lots of stuff out there too. A bit closer. Doing lots of things in Remix that I put off in Retail just because of Nostwin's impatience. Yeah, it comes together pretty fast at a certain point. I guess I can fix his transmog. Now that he's probably not going to change out his gear too much. I had that one set that we got off the vendor, but then there's that too. It looks nice in the skirt. Let's do these ones. Remix does not help me at all with the things that I still need from Legion. Need to do Fisher Friends still. Yeah, I am missing the Rat Stallion. And Lemix does not help me with that. That's alright. It's nice just to get all the raid in the dungeon and the questing sets filled in. That's the main thing I like about Remix. And I guess all those things that I forgot I never farmed off, like toys off of Argus rares. They had some pretty terrible drop rates. Was I really gonna go back and farm those? I don't know. There's too many new things to farm. Can't they just buy recipes with bronze? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying. I wonder if they just didn't want to have anything to do with crafting professions involved in Remix to avoid confusing people. But I think we could have gotten away with it. Oh, am I really doing another Enigma? I guess I am. Same in Mop? Yeah, no profession stuff from Mop. Regret deleting my Legion inscription. I have never really felt stable enough in my non-main alts to really commit to covering professions on them because I don't trust that I'm not going to just delete them. So I don't really want to start working on professions. Left. 4. Up. 5. How many transmog pieces in the new Horseman set? 9. Because there's 2 versions of the helmet. There is a cloak. 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, maybe the alts that survive purges. I just gotta figure out which professions kind of like suit and make sense for each ones. Because I don't know why I'm so annoying about it, but if I don't like the vibe of a character with given professions, I won't do it. And there's really no good logic besides, I don't know, I don't feel like this character would do the thing. Like, there's no extra reason. Like, I don't like having armor crafting professions on characters that aren't of that armor type, even if it does not matter. Like, even if that's not at all what I'm doing it for, I just don't like it if it doesn't feel like it matches. Feel the same way. Well, I got rid of engineering. I don't care about it anymore. Yeah. If I was gonna have it, which I don't really want to because I hate engineering, but if I was gonna have it, I would want it on a character that, like, suits it. Like a goblin rogue or something. But Flabby does engineering usually, so if there's anything I need made, I can usually just ask. Can't have a blood elf mage as an engineer, doesn't make sense to me. I want it. Yeah, I also like having the matching gathering profession for any given crafting profession on the character. I don't always do it, but I feel better when I can. If anything, more mats to sell. Drakthir mage is an engineer and somehow fits in my head. I can see it. I think I have inscription on my undead priest. Because I remember getting, like in Dragonflight, I really wanted to craft my own staff or something. So I leveled up inscription specifically, or maybe it was a wand. One of those things. I got it going specifically so I could make my own weapon, but I didn't do it with them. I didn't end up doing it in this expansion. I'm getting sidetracked by the bonus objective. Make sure I get a racial bonus. Can't stand having a blood elf, but they're an enchanter. That's a smart way of doing it. Maybe I'll plan out alts based on, like, alt professions based on racials. That's smart. Don't humans get like a little bit of everything? Or am I just imagining that? I thought they had like a jack of all trades racial. I also like doing that where I can. What do you use for music when not using headset or earphones? Nothing. I don't have any speakers at my desk. Colterans have jack of all trades. Oh. What do humans have? Nothing? They've changed human racials so many times, I can't keep up with what they are anymore. You play without any sound? No, I just use headset and earphones. I don't usually play unless I have my headphones on. Yeah, you get your double Hearthstone. Do they have a profession racial or not really? Yeah, no, I've got an earphone in this side. I do a single wireless earbud for that explains a lot. I was confused. I do a single wireless earbud for streaming so that I can still hear myself talk. No, sorry, I completely forgot that you can't see them from where I'm sitting right now. It's just on the other side. I have a pair of regular over-ear headphones that I use if I'm not streaming. I just don't like streaming when I'm because I can't hear myself talk and then I end up kind of shouting. And then I haven't used wired headphones since I was able to afford Bluetooth ones. Because I am all about little audio latency is fine by me. I just need to I just need to be able to get up and walk away from my desk without remembering to take off my headphones. I used to... You ever see My Big Fat Greek Wedding? And she just starts... The main character, you know, gets her job at the travel agent's office, and she gets up while wearing her headset, and then she, like, falls down because she's still attached to the desk. There's no amount of times that I can do that that will teach me to not do that. I will never remember that I'm wearing a cord, so I just can't wear any cords. I love that movie. Might be my favorite rom-com of all time. It's gotta be. Made a character named I Got Kicked after I got kicked from a dungeon group. Is it a caster? Wired headphones make them harder to lose. It's a lot easier to not lose things like that if you don't leave your house with them. These ones, and then the not impossible, mind you. I do have 2 sets that I rotate if I do misplace like an earbud, but they don't really leave my office or my desk, so if I lose them, they're just under my desk somewhere generally. If I'm out in public, I need to have my ears free to watch for, I don't know. I'd say danger, but more so just being in people's way. I get too oblivious if I have headphones in. I don't know what's going on. Where are we going? It's a priest. Saw it with my mother in the theaters and we were cackling. This is a Legion dungeon. I am in Legion Remix. Doing a daily random heroic for research, for bronze. Not so much for gear unless I get really lucky from my cash. I'm probably gonna main my main in Midnight. I don't think I'm switching. I know I had thoughts about priests because I was worried about the changes they were making, but they're making changes to everything. I think I'll be okay. What's your main? I'm a Holy Priest main. I've been a Holy Priest main since Shadowlands. And I was a Shadow Priest main before that. There was the 1 earbud that we're still not sure didn't end up in Kira. No, I did find it. It was under my desk. It was just very deeply under my desk. It's been recovered. I am now missing no earbuds. I think they hinted Priest Legendary Ink. That might be what makes me quit Priest. It'll be exactly like it happened for Evoker. They'll add a legendary. I will raid the whole tier, more or less. I will not get it to drop. And then I'll quit. That's the prophecy. That's how it goes. Yeah, I thought you might need a warning. I hate legendaries. I hate them. They are so not my thing. I don't mind them being around, more or less, because I feel like I owe it to everybody else to be gracious on behalf of people that enjoy them, because they're not hurting me that badly, but they do hurt me a little bit. They have caused a lot more harm than happiness in my life. Every healer seems like it's going to be alright, except for maybe Resto Shamans. Short sleeves. No cape. Short sleeves, no cape, no gloves. I can't really see their hands. There's no gloves, but they have a cape. Short sleeves, no cape, no gloves. Is it you? Yes, got him. I did it. I won the game. I think up until Legion Remix, I didn't really know the location of the 3 people with the rumors. I always just relied on other people's DBMs putting it into chat. I never knew where to look for them before. And it's only just now that I've like figured that out. You know, however many years later it is. Like what, 8? Didn't want to deal with totems and everything. I like the idea of healing totems for Resto Shaman. That's always been the part of the fantasy that appealed to me. But I guess it didn't appeal to me that much, otherwise I would be a Resto Shaman. You know what it is, and this is really sad. And a little bit mean. But I think the reason, and I'm just going to apologize in advance because this is a little uncalled for, is that I don't want to play Resto Shaman, is in my mind, Resto Shamans are permanently associated with Sea-Doo. And love Sea-Doo. Great, not a bad thing to say. But in my mind, and I haven't watched a lot of his content, so maybe it's I don't know what it's like really. But the vibe that I always got from like clicking through it every now and then leading up to like PvP tournaments and stuff is that the poor guy just seemed a little bummed out. So in my twisted basic brain that's never actually paid attention to anything, I have this vague feeling that if I play Resto Shaman, it's gonna bum me out. It would be different if I thought playing Resto Shaman was gonna give me, like, a bunch of golden retrievers. I've never heard of him. He's a really, really famous PvP streamer. He's well known for Resto Shaman. I think he's a great content creator. I haven't seen a lot, but I don't really watch anybody. I can't even watch me. But I just vaguely remember him being kind of blue. And I felt bad, but also it did not seem like an advertisement for the class. Okay, we are done with the dungeon. Shamans have been notoriously bummed out. Flabby not. Flabby's just like a ray of sunshine. Yeah, Shamans are blue. Alright, I was nearly finished with this. We just had to find some more Illidari to free, but I am, after this world quest, gonna wrap up for the day, I think. Yeah, this is not something that is intended to be taken terribly seriously. It was just an association that I had that I think subconsciously puts me off from the class. And I don't think I would even ever play it in arena, but you know, like I feel like there's always like a sort of like a mental stereotype you have about people that play a given class, you know? That you kind of build up from your own experiences of different types of people. And my stereotype of Resto Shamans is that they're a little glum. Decided to give Holy Priest a shot. I queued for a dungeon as level 10, thinking it can't possibly go that bad, and it was the worst dungeon run I've ever had. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dungeons is a really low level are tough because you don't have very many buttons yet. And you're trying to heal without your toolkit. And you're supposed to be skilled in such a way that it doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. You'll end up sometimes in dungeons that expect you to have, like, the spells when you just don't have them yet. What are we doing? We're going back to town. I know someone that mains Resto Shaman, and I would never play it if I based it off him. But also, I think I'm just too happy with Priest to really take any other healing spec super seriously. I like being a priest. Just pick those up for later. Pop open a couple of these, see if we get lucky with any jewelry that we want. Not so much. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you get into a group and it's just destined to be a bit of a mess. Took 30 minutes even though I had the DPS to do it. These guys. I wonder what my experience bonus is up to now. It looks like we're at 191. Let's use a bunch of these and see if we get any jewelry that's right. It's a volatile magic ring. I'll take it. There's one. And a volatile chaos talisman. Nice. I didn't expect to actually get lucky. I got 2 out of the pieces of jewelry I needed. I made 5 pieces of jewelry and 2 of them are winners. Well. That was nice. That puts my average up to 734 and my equip to 740. Neat. Okay, we got another 20k bronze. We can buy one more mount before we go for the day. Get the Dreadsteed. Anything but the Archmage disc, because I might finish leveling that mage. Maybe. Alrighty. It is time for me to wrap up for the day. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me. I appreciate your company. I had a lovely time. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, hopefully on time tomorrow. You know, 9 a.m. Pacific is typically when I start. Our time zone is offset from EU for another week. Next week we should be back to where we were, I think. But for now, currently 12:08 p.m. for me, and it's time for me to go. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.